Hello and welcome to Gluten-Free Breakfast Edition Animal Kingdom. This is actually the first park that I did a breakfast edition on a couple of years ago, and things have dramatically changed since then. So we are back again as part of this series. Of course, we already did Halloween Studios and Magic Kingdom. I have done Epcot on Instagram because that is only a one sandwich place for options, but here we have so many that I am actually afraid that I won't be able to get it all. So we've got a limited amount of time. Here we go. Let the breakfast roundup begin. Gluten-free. First stop is Creature Comforts. This is Starbucks, just renamed because we are in Animal Kingdom. Also, this is where there is like a child care center. Oh gosh, I can't remember exactly. Yes, baby care center, first aid, lost children, all of the things come right next to this area, so an important one to know. They historically have had some gluten-free things. There's a little friend trying to find a snack too. Where is he? See him? Oh, he ran away. Anyways, so first step, see what we got. Okay, here we have our Starbucks find. So here we've got some donuts and bagels. This looks like an Udi's bagel with some cream cheese. I have some donuts, so let's get into it. We are just rocking our day through Animal Kingdom so far, super early. One of the first places open is the Starbucks, of course, Creature Comforts that we just covered. They have a couple of options there actually. So let's talk about the bagel first, because we're going to start with the potentially bad and move on over into some other things. So the potential with the bagel is that the bagel is toasted, not in a toaster, but in a convection oven. Convection ovens, of course, kind of kick up more stuff around. So she did wash and sanitize the pan that my bagel was going to be cooked on in there. And it is first thing in the morning. So of course at night they clean and wash the oven out and do all of that. Being that it's first thing in the morning, there's less of a chance, but there is a risk of it going around. So I'm actually not going to eat that today. I'm going to take it home with me. I will let you know if I have a reaction to it. But the problem is I'm going to be eating so much food this morning and testing it out that I don't want to have that in the mix and then potentially get gluten by that and attribute it to something else. So I'm gonna try it before this video goes live though, so I will put on the screen here to let you know if something did happen to me. Okay, on to the next. So we also have, there's also potato bites that she said were gluten-free, but those are cooked in the same method. So it just depends on how sensitive you are. If you are gluten intolerant or gluten sensitive, but it's not horrible to you, or if you're just kind of like dabbling into the gluten-free lifestyle, those could be very good options for you. Okay, donuts. Donuts are served 2 to a pack, so 2 to an order. The first one is a glazed, and then we also have a cinnamon and sugar, okay? So if you order one, you get 2 of them, and you can't mix and match. I just got 2 orders, so that's why mine are mixed and matched. But I've had these before. I want to say they're Cat's brand. They're not so good donut. And the donuts are perfectly safe. They're not cooked with anything. They're just taken, put in a baggie, and given to you. So donuts, ooh, the squirrel is, woo! You cannot have my food. I'm gonna get attacked today at Animal Kingdom. Okay, Creature Comforts, done. Here we are, Kusafiri Coffee Shop and Bakery, located right before you get to the entrance of the safari. All right, seemingly we have another success. There's a place called Kusafiri Bakery, and I am sitting in Africa in Animal Kingdom. Directly in back of me, if you walk all the way back, that is where the safari is over there. Right next to the safari, before you get in that entrance, is a fruit stand where sometimes they grow corn and have fruit and stuff like that. We'll actually go look at that in a minute. And then right before, across from this white building store, there's usually a long line. It's called Kusafiri Coffee Shop and Bakery. Little tiny, it's just in the wall, okay? They have a breakfast tachos. It's potato barrels, scrambled eggs, nacho cheese sauce, cheese curds, and crumbled bacon. So this is another one that you could modify to be dairy-free if you did it without the nacho cheese sauce and without the cheese curds. And there's not even curds, like just, You know, I'm not like a cheese curd aficionado, but that ain't no curd. That's a cheese, that's a crumble. That's a crumble, not a curd. I don't even see any in the bottom. Okay. So here we go. Oh, there is some nacho cheese stuff going on there. Oh. That was very good. And it's tiny. It's very good and tiny. If you don't want something heavy. I will say though, this tiny bowl was $11. So in comparison to the stuff that we found at Hollywood Studios and also the big bowl at Magic Kingdom, this is tiny. But it is a good, safe option. Okay, so let's talk about the fryer situation. Here's what we found. So for the tots, they are in their own dedicated tot fryer. There is nothing else fried in there. However, after 11 o'clock, it switches to the lunch menu. And at that point, the chicken, there's chicken fingers or breaded chicken, something like that, that is fried in the same fryer. So there is that potential risk. I did have a very nice conversation with the manager, and he told me that that they classify this as safe for gluten allergies in the morning, not in the afternoon. So once that switches over, all bets are off. However, at the end of the day, they fully drain all the oil, they clean everything, they do all of their business, and then they fill it up with fresh oil. So they're not cross-contaminating the oils, and then they do the tots in the morning. So, and I have heard that plenty of people have gotten these, but that is something to know, that they do use that fryer later on for different things. So if that is something of very much concern for you, this would not be the dish for you. If it is not, here you go. Breakfast tachos. If you are looking for something a little bit lighter and you don't want to have eggs, or you just don't like eggs or tater tots or any of that stuff in the morning, or it's really hot already, which happens in Florida, we also have this Harambe fruit market stand right behind me. Over here you will find different fruit. They have pickles in a bag, bananas, apples, oranges, juices, things like that. There is a sandwich here, but that cannot be modified for us. And so, yeah, you can also get yourself a, oh, no, there's no drinks for you. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyways, fruit to go right here. Also, later on, they serve a corn. They do like a grilled corn there on the cob. That is so good. That is, oh, who doesn't like corn on the cob? Well, maybe you don't like corn. Maybe you're allergic to corn. You know what I mean? There's 100 different ways that this could go. But I like it. Okay, over here, this is Yak and Yeti, which is a restaurant. We are now over in Asia. And right next to it is this little stand called Local Foods Cafe. A lot of people pass this one by or only come here for lunch, but they also serve breakfast starting at 9 a.m. And that is where we are going to go right now. Success again. This one I knew was here. This has been here for a really long time, and a lot of people don't take advantage of it. Animal Kingdom is actually an amazing park for gluten-free for breakfast. They have a ton of stuff. For lunch, they have a ton of stuff. They also have so much stuff here that's gluten-free and vegan that when my friend Melissa from Vegan Disney World and I came and did like a gluten-free vegan crossover, that will be on her YouTube channel, but we had that too. There was so much food that we just couldn't even get all of it here. So here's the breakfast. The breakfast bowl is scrambled eggs, cheddar cheese, breakfast potatoes, peppers, and onions. You can choose to add bacon or sausage to it for $2 extra. Now, I want to talk about the size of the bowl. This is $12 for this breakfast bowl, and it is a sizable portion. Now, we were just at Kusafiri, and theirs was $10 for this size. Oh, I can't even, it doesn't do it justice on here. Here. This is about double the size. So if you are hungry, or if you are splitting, or whatever the case, or you just want a good bang for your buck, come over to Local Foods Cafe, again, right next to Yak and Yeti. And you can see that this is like ample eggs. There's the breakfast potatoes. Now, it's not made with the tots. These are breakfast potatoes, so we don't have a fryer situation to worry about. And we've got some peppers and onions. You can, of course, do it without that. You can do it without the cheese. This could be dairy-free. They do make them with butter, I believe, but if you ask, they've been willing in the past to make them fresh with no butter. Of course, then you have the breakfast sausage or bacon. This is gonna be a situation. Okay. Wow. Those eggs are fluffy. This is really very good. Potatoes are done just right. They got ketchup, mustard, mayo, hot sauce, duck sauce. All the sauces, if you want some of that on top of it. Dang. That is really good. Let me see if I can get. Yeah, this is a hefty bowl. It doesn't have a lid on it. I wish it did, or I could just take it home like that. And we also have hash brown bites. So these are $6 for this portion of hash brown bites. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 hash brown bites in here. They are crispy. Man. Later in the day, they have fries here, and it's the good fries, like the thicker fries, but it's not those little wimpy McDonald ones. But this, great place. Now, what you might be wondering is, well, Gina, if it's all gluten-free and then safe for celiac, why is it not labeled in the menu as that way? Because this particular stand is one of those that does not have a separate gluten-free menu for mobile ordering, any of that. In fact, they don't have mobile ordering here at all. The reason for that is if you see a menu that does not have the bottom part that is gluten-free, either that could mean one of two things. One, it could be like a breakfast stop, but it has limited items and they're not labeling them for allergies anyways. So these are going to typically be your grab and go places. The second one is if it doesn't have it, then that means that it is not owned by Disney, and that is a third-party eatery. Yak and Yeti and Local Foods Cafe next door are both third-party eateries, so these are not owned by Disney, which is why you cannot find the allergy list on guide. In case you're wondering, yes, I do have these on my guide. And then the times that they're served from to kind of give you a heads up of what you can get for breakfast. So, Local Foods Cafe. Pro tip. In case you need this, because you're on vacation, okay? And we're not judgers here in this group. This location, starting at 9 a.m., also serves sangria, and they serve it's the biggest glass of sangria that they will serve for the same price in Disney property. So this is where the action is, Local Foods. Right next to the, I can't remember, the Falls, Kilimanjaro Falls, no, that's not right. You know what I mean? The circle one where you get the water on you. Anyways, not doing that today, but that's where it is. That's where we are. Ample seating. Come on over. Over here we have Satuli Canteen, which is of course Avatar themed. And they just started bringing back breakfast. So breakfast was something that they used to have a long time ago. It went away for a long time, and now it is back. It is back. It is in charge. This breakfast looks amazing. I cannot wait to eat it. We got everything just to see, everything meaning the 2 options. And this one starts at park opening, and you can mobile order off an allergy menu. So, hoorah. I don't know that I have ever noticed that they right here are spitfiring some of the meat. They have a nice location inside, air conditioning, fountain drinks, seating outside as well. Theming is bar none. This is an amazing place. Oh, is she saving the best for last? She might be. So over here, again, Satuli Canteen, there are 2 dishes. One of them that I will try first is, we're gonna take a pause. We're gonna take a pause. Maybe we're not. I thought that we had a garbage can rolling by, but he stopped and walked away, so he's giving us a break. So this is a slow roasted pork shoulder potato hash with chorizo sausage and charred onion sauce. Live filming. Okay. That is a big old chorizo sausage on top. You can see that charred onion sauce. I'm gonna take a bite of this and see. see if I can show you this. So pork shoulder and chorizo. This one is full of meat for you. Let me see if I can get a good bite with a little bit of everything on there. Oh my gosh, this bite is too big. Okay, look at this. It's a good looking bite. Oh. Okay. Forget those other two places over there. Just come here. Wow, that chorizo is spicy. The rest of the dish is not. So just know that going in. It does have a spice to it. There are so many flavors in here. Like, I like a good top bowl, right? Because it's got like the eggs and the cheese and all of that stuff in there. But this is flavorful, bountiful, wonderful, fanciful, all the fulls. I'm gonna be full. There is so, I mean, this, oh gosh, charred onions, I don't even know. I think these are sweet potatoes. So we've got sweet potatoes, right? That's a little orange sweet potato, and regular potatoes. Peppers, onions. I thought there were some chickpeas, but there's not. I'm gonna move this. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That one's, okay. On to the next one, but I don't want to stop eating this one. Oh my God. Next up, because we can't stop at one, we've got to get two. This is the frittata and beef. Frittata and beef is a vegetable goat cheese frittata with wood-fired beef tossed in a chimichurri. Chimichurri is pretty light on that, but look at this guy over here. I can't tell if this is like butter on top. Nope, that's goat cheese on top. Interesting. I wonder if there's goat cheese inside. Might go in and ask them. I'm gonna get some of this goat cheese on the frittata. There we go. It is nice. Oh wow. Oh wow. That is delicious. Holy moly. That is that. It's a right frittata, so there's no crust on it. I'm gonna try some of this beef by itself, and then of course there's some greens if you need a little salad with it. But this looks, it's thinly sliced. It's not shaved. I would say it's a little bit thicker than that. Let me see if I can show you. It's not an appetizing view, but I want you to get the point. And then look, Miss Pac-Man over here. Wow, I don't actually taste any goat cheese inside. I taste the big dollop on top, so we need to find out about that. But this is amazing. These two dishes are absolutely phenomenal. I am blown away. Oh my God. There are two big ducks under the table with me. Let's see here. Hey guy. Just me and my friends, me and my ducklings, having some breakfast over at Satuli Canteen. This is the place to go. What did I say, 8 to 10:30? Mobile order gluten-free. So if you're running over to do either of the rides over in Pandora, then you could just mobile order, pick this up after. It is pretty empty in here. There's not a lot of, there's a ton of seating. Theming is great, fountain drinks. Dude, I don't think that you need anything else. I got nothing left to say. Sachet Shante. Make your way over to Satuli Canteen today. Cheers. No, this isn't a breakfast option, but if you happen to be here, well, of course you're here, and you want to, at 10:45 is when Nomad Lounge opens. That is that restaurant there in the distance. I'm over here snucked in by some water fountains, but let me show you what they have, and you probably already know this because it is not a secret by now, but if you do not, they have gluten-free churros. And all of their churros are actually made gluten-free, but we still order them as an allergy because the precautions could be different in the back, and this way they just know. They do contain dairy. They have a chocolate sauce and a seasonal sauce. It looks like vanilla this time, but here are your gluten-free churros if you want to just up the wow factor of Animal Kingdom. Yep, you already saw them, gluten-free churros. Coming in for the real thing, gluten-free churros. Look, I've already downed a few. Oh my God, they're so good. I was like, I'm gonna take these home for the kids. But I didn't. So they're gluten-free. They're made with Cup for Cup, which Cup for Cup recently changed their recipe 6-7 months ago, I think, around there. And they removed the dairy. However, the commercial places, Disney and maybe a few other places, they still have the dairy version. The jury is still out on if that's going to change or not, so we are not sure about that. We are very hopeful that they will remove the dairy from them, but for now, they do have a milk powder in them. Anyways, look at this. Look at that. Do some churro porn. Yep. They are just as good as they look. Like soft on the inside, crispy on the outside. Fry-licious, coated just so right. I am not crazy about churro waffles, like on Disney cruises and stuff, and Rosa Mexicana has them too. If you didn't know that, they could do them gluten-free. Rosa Mexicana is in the Dolphin. But here in the parks, this is the only place that you can get gluten-free churros. You can get them at Three Bridges, which is over at Coronado Springs, another Disney resort. Their Three Bridges restaurant has them. You have to specifically order them gluten-free because they also make them not gluten-free. Here at Nomad Lounge, they are all gluten-free, but I recommend saying that you have an allergy when you order them because it could change the precautions that they take in the back, i.e. glove changes, that kind of stuff. However, they come with a chocolate sauce and a seasonal sauce. Today it was vanilla. I mixed them because that's the kind of mood I'm in. I just mix the sauces. I'm a sauce mixer. A mixer of things. A mixologist. That's all the variations I could come up with. Anyways, here you go. Ugh, they're so good. Get them to go. So there is a way, like, Nomad Lounge does not take reservations, which sometimes turns people off, understandably. They do have a walk-up system that you could do it on the app and click, you know, you want to be next in line or like put yourself on the walk-up list. And we can let you know if there's ones available and how long it would take. You can also just walk up to the front and say how many is in your party and ask where to sit. They will take care of all of that. If you cannot do any of those things and that does not work for you, you can say that I want to go to the to-go bar, in which case you wait in a short, tiny line, like a couple people usually. You go up to a certain side of the bar, which is the to-go side. You can order a drink if you would like. They have mocktails too, which are very, very good. They have alcoholic drinks, or you can just get like regular soda drinks, and then you can get your churros to go, and they will come in a to-go box with a little allergy label on top. There you are. And that is what you can do. So that's how you can get them to go. It comes 5 in an order for $10. That is insane in Disney money, right? $2 a churro? I mean, what are you paying at Magic Kingdom and Disney Springs for a churro? And they're not gluten-free. And from what I've heard, they're not even as good. So there are some things that we make that are just amazing and worth the gluten-free. And this is one of them. And I might bring them home to my kids and I might not. Either way, they'll never know. So Nomad Lounge, Animal Kingdom, churros. The more you know, the more you know. Okay, as you can see, I've tucked myself away in a little cave over here in Pandora just to kind of wrap it up and talk about what we found today. So we had several different options for breakfast bowls. The one at Kusafiri Grill. Oh, they're gonna come in here and take pictures. We're gonna be full of bloopers. Bloopity bloop bloop bloop. Anyhow, so we have a couple of different breakfast bowls. One of them was over at the Kusafiri, the little stand. That one would probably be at the bottom of my list just because it was small, the price seemed high for it. And nacho cheese sauce, I don't know, unless you're like craving that plasticky nacho cheese sauce from the theme parks, which maybe you are. absolutely go get that one. That was the only one that had nacho cheese sauce on it. My second, if we're going in order of worst to faves, my second would definitely be over at the Yak and Yeti Local Foods Cafe. That was a nice hearty breakfast. You could put extra protein, and you also had the option to sort of do that one a little bit different. So if you wanted peppers and onions and potatoes, and you needed that to be vegan or dairy-free, that would be the option for you. If you wanted to have the eggs but no cheese, that would be the option for you. They have the ability to make everything fresh there, and so that's a little bit easier. Plus they have the hash browns, which would be gluten-free and vegan, and so those are a fantastic option as well. My top, if you are gluten-free, this does not work for the dairy-free for these items over here. Actually, is that true? Hang on. Yep, glad that I checked. So the slow roasted pork shoulder with a chorizo sausage, that one is gluten and dairy free. And that was amazing. There was so much going on in that dish, I can't even tell you. I want to go back and get it again. Get that early on. 8 a.m. is when it opens, mobile order, run over to that sucker and grab that, plenty of seating. The second dish that they had there with the frittata, that was more of like a traditional kind of breakfast item. That dollop on goat cheese on top. Ugh. That one, well, it would have milk in it. I was gonna say that one cannot be dairy-free because the frittata would have milk in it too. But the frittata did not have cheese in it. We found out that dollop of goat cheese on it. On top, the goat cheese is only that dollop. So if you're not a goat cheese fan, I don't blame you. I mean, I kind of question some because it's delicious. But anyways, moving on, that would be an option for you. So there we go. Animal Kingdom. Breakfast done. Thank you so much for sticking with me and for being with me through all of this stuff and for reaching out and saying hi in the parks when you're here and sending me lovely messages. Like and subscribe, and we will see you on the flip side. Cheers.